On this bumpy 50-point inspection from Urban Artifacts out of Cincinnati, Ohio, I have their Celebration grapes. Now this is not a trick of the camera. This is a tiny, tiny can. That is 8 ounces. And what it is a brut fruit tart ale. Comes in at 12% ABV. This is their 2020 version. On the back says, if life were predictable, it would cease to be life and be without flavor. Eleanor Roosevelt said that. It is a sanguine time, hopefully I pronounced that right, right now. But there are small joys with celebrating or worth celebrating, and the future always holds hope. Cheers. Brut fruit tarts are refreshingly effervescent grape beers, co-ferment of beer, wort, and grape must, an extended skin contact time during fermentation, low intervention, unfiltered, and unfined. Interesting. So this was gifted me from a friend of mine, and this beer is a little bit over a year old actually at the time of this inspection. Let's go ahead and give it a pour. This thing is fizzing a lot. The head did not hold. It was a white head, fizzed right away. It's a kind of an apple color of a beer, so a deep golden coloration. As you can see, highly carbonated. You see the carbonation just flowing up through there. It's kind of it's not filtered, so it's you can't see through this one fully, depending on which angle you have it at. So, anyways, the aromas. Yeah, lots of grape must, kind of almost pear type notes coming through. Grape. It almost smells similar to a Concord grape, even though this is not purple in color. It's like a grape juice, like a little bit of pear action, and I'm unable to pick up really anything beyond that. So let's just go in for the first swig. Cheers. Yeah, so I don't know what half of the body is on this one. It's very dry. It's brut, so it is very dry, very carbonated. It's a lighter body. It's got a good amount of tartness to it. There's the grape notes are definitely present in it. There's a little bit of a bready note. There's a tartness. There's a little bit of a bittering thing happening too at the finish of this one. Kind of floral to earthy tone on the bittering. Almost seems like there's a little bit of honey flavor in there as well, but yeah, it's mostly that kind of grape must, and then the tartness, and then the bitter. Like even the bread notes are like, there's like a little sense that there's a beer there, but it's all right. I'm just gonna go in and start to score this one. This is definitely strange. For the appearance, I'll give it the 6 out of 6. The aromas on this one, not a lot of malt, like I said, coming through. Get the grape must. Kind of seems like there's a pear note, whatnot coming through, possibly from the hops. But I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for the aromas. The flavors on this one, something I didn't mention is that the 12% ABV, the alcohol's well hidden, so that's a positive. Malt's really hard to find. It's just kind of, there's just this little bit of breadiness that kind of lets you know that there is a beer base to this, but the malts don't really play too big of a part in the flavors. The hops, not really digging the after the tart and stuff like that, not really digging the bitter all that much, so there's that. So not super balanced for me either, with that being mostly tasting like tart, grape must, and a bit of bitterness there at the end. Carbonation was good. Aftertaste is all right. It's not too harsh with the bitterness, at least, but it kind of tastes a little bit like the Midas Touch, just a tad from Dogfish Head. But I'm going to give it a 13 out of 19 for the flavors. The body, 5 out of 5. It's brut, it's light, it's drying. My overall for this one, nah, this is not really for me. This drink's more like a wine of some sorts, or really old apple juice, grape juice, whatever it is, really old grape juice. The bitterness, 4 out of 10 for my overall. So for Urban Artifacts and their celebration grapes, it's going to get a bumpy 35 out of 50, which is going to land it in the drinkable range, which it is. Cheers, and thank you all for watching.